The BumbleKast is for entertainment purposes only. The host's comments and opinions, and those of their guests, are wholly their own and do not represent that of any other entity. Content is provided as is, with no guarantees of accuracy or timeliness.
Welcome to the BumbleKast. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Krause.
Hey, what's up? We're here. We have many answers to your questions. I was going to say we have many questions, but no, the people who listen have many questions. We have the answers to them. They may not be good answers.
Questions.
Yeah, true.
We have the questions in our possession, which almost sounds like a hostage situation. We have the questions. We will answer them if we do not get a ransom of 500,000 chicken nuggets within the hour.
That's true. We are going to answer your questions, whether you like it or not.
Commander, where did they find all of those questions? Well, son, they came from their patrons over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and their YouTube members. The fiends! I know.
All right. Let's not waste any more time. Aiden7479 is going to start us off with the first question. The final season of My Hero Academia has started, and I'm sure by the time you get to this question, a certain fight will have reached its conclusion. I'm sure you don't want to spoil it for anyone, but what did you think?
I haven't had time to catch up on My Hero Academia.
I had a feeling this was coming.
I'm pretty sure I know which fight you're talking about because it was already kind of one-sided at the end of last season. If it's already done, then I mean, kind of saw it coming, but hope springs eternal. And, you know, last season they had fights that had flashbacks to the same episode. Remember that thing that happened at the 10-minute mark and how influential it was?
Wow, let's talk about filler.
Oh, God, they really had to pad it out. I'm assuming the manga is a little fast-paced.
Yeah, wow.
It's like, can we stretch this out a little bit so that things don't take the horrible, inevitable turn?
Is my Hero Macedonia is that filler?
So, no, I've not seen it yet. I need to get caught up on that. I need to get caught up on Spy Family. I still haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunter yet. I'm really behind on a lot of viewing. Okay.
I mean, I'm very behind on a lot of things, so I don't know. I've never even watched my Hero Macedonia, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I hear that there's some students who are punching each other. It's basically high school drama.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a very fun look at a lot of Western superhero tropes through the Japanese lens, and
that much
it's
I know.
Distilled in a very refreshing way. I've enjoyed it, but haven't got to that final season yet. Soon, I hope.
That much I know. All right, let's move on to a question here from Andrew D. Thoughts on Nintendo's patent on summoning monsters and battling with them? Do you think this will have a major impact on games with similar mechanics?
I'd have to look at the specific wording of it, and also assuming that I understand all the legalese to it.
Yeah.
But it does seem that, and the one that seems to be them trying to patent the very concept of a Metroidvania style game is, let's be charitable, draconian and awful.
Yeah, it's not the first time Nintendo's tried it.
No, and it might be one of those things where they're testing the water to see if they can get away with it, and it has to be struck down in courts because it can't be upheld.
Yeah.
Or it could be that they're trying to stake their claim going into the next console generation and saying, well, we couldn't get it before, but we're going to corner the market now. I don't know. I don't like it. I think it's scummy, and that won't change anything for anyone.
Nintendo's lawyers might be overstepping things lately. It might be overstepping their bounds, but it would take court action to actually see that through.
I imagine it would be more that they're trying to set the stage to take on something that has push like Pal World, or I know MiHoYo's got some kind of character monster training thing coming up, so maybe they're trying to entrench themselves to fight the big boys. I can't imagine they would be so short-sighted as to shoot down any, indie dev type stuff.
Yeah, well.
Or maybe they just figured they're big enough that, nobody can challenge them in court because they have all the money. I don't know, but it raises a lot of uncomfortable questions, and I don't think it's good for PR. But what do I know?
Yeah, when have they ever cared about that? Clearly they don't.
Iwata-san cared, or at least he did a very good job of pretending.
Well, yeah. Current Nintendo does not care.
There you go.
Yeah. Comic the Hedgehog has one for us. Good news! Drogoon and KNGI are both given huge opportunities to go much bigger, offering both of you millions of dollars in full creative control. The catch? You have to pitch each other's work. Kyle, give the executives your best pitch for Drogoon to get a 7-figure publishing contract and an animated series. Ian, give them your best pitch for KNGI to get whatever the radio equivalent of that is. Only by impressing the executives will you close the deal. Do you make each other's careers or break them?
Well, Kyle.
Well, you see, here's the thing. If I had to actually, do this, if this were actually assigned to me, I would actually, put in time and effort to craft some sort of pitch, to craft, a pitch document and make sure, I wasn't going to, jettison Ian's entire original story and basically make sure to try and fulfill his dreams. But I'm doing this off the top of my head. I didn't prepare ahead of time for this. So, I mean,
the answer is Kyle would take his time to craft an immaculate pitch.
Yes.
And win the day.
Yes. But I'm not going to do that on the air, or I'm not going to do that just for a question on the BumbleKast.
It's a hypothetical answer to a hypothetical question. But
it is what I would do. I would actually put in the time and effort because I'm not that kind of jerk. I don't want to. I'm a jerk, but I'm not that kind of jerk. I wouldn't want to do that to you. You're my friend. I wouldn't want to ruin your dreams and everything. So that's what I would do.
Very kind of you.
Yes.
I'm going to go off the cuff.
Okay.
Do you enjoy music? Of course you do. Music is the universal language. It has existed since man had a soul.
Yeah.
And what about video games? One of the most revolutionary and ever-evolving forms of interactive entertainment the world has ever seen. The two of them combined have created a library of musical experiences that defies description, and KNGI, the Nitro Game Injection radio show, is a celebration not only of the original creations, but the permutations done through love and creative efforts of people around the world. Literally years of brilliant compositions and recompositions of music from every genre and every style are available to you right here, right now. Just give him the money and you will never run out of consumable, delightful, engaging, and beloved material.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I hope that it is, I hope that it works. I could really use the money. All right, DDR Master M asked, if you two did a staring contest, who would win?
Well, that means I have to maintain eye contact to begin with.
We're both not great at that. I'm definitely not great at eye contact stuff.
All right, so how about we modify the rules for our own constitutions?
Okay.
And we stare at our own feet, and whoever gets bored and looks away first loses.
Who would win in that case? I used to look down and stare at my feet a lot while walking. It probably explains a lot about me. I don't do that anymore.
My brain is like a bee in a jar. I'd be looking away within the first 5 seconds. So you're probably going to win this one.
Okay. Yeah. No. In that case, yeah, I probably would. I could sit there and stare into space for a long time. Doing it right now, in fact. What are we doing here? What's going on? Double L asks, The longest text adventure of your lives takes a quick break for a vibe check. I'm in that period between asking and answering and thought I'd make sure we're still good. Still enjoying the game? Thoughts on the dual move format? The NPC obsessed with a game you've probably never played? The odd language cribbed from that same game? Really, I guess the question is thoughts in general, and should I keep going? And how many rabbits should I add given the direction of the show lately?
I mean, I am more or less in the dark where you're going with this, and that's kind of fun. You quite clearly want us to eat the mice, and I'm not going to do that.
Yes, you keep saying they're delicious. You should eat them. No.
Yeah, whenever the game master clearly points you down the path, do not take the path ever. It's more fun that way.
Exactly. Oh, we're having a good time with it, I think. Yeah. I know I am. It's very...
Until the rabbits come in, and then I might just have to retire from the show entirely.
Yeah, you say that, but you'll deal. He'll deal. Now we're having a good time with it. It's very... it's entertaining to come up with scenarios and see where things are going to go. Come up with answers to the scenarios, I should say. Because we're not coming up with scenarios. You're the one doing all the work, Double L. Thank you. Much appreciated. Here's one from Dove. Dear Ianogram and Kyle Staffer, if you were to be placed in a fictional world of your choosing to live in for 1 year, not as the main characters, which world would you choose and what would you do for that year?
I don't know. Plunk me down in Genshin Impact. That seems pretty chill overall.
Well, depending on if the travelers
or conquest.
If the traveler's already been to your nation, then maybe.
Let's specify that.
If they haven't, well, you might not want to be there. I don't know though. Trying to think. I guess Liwa pre or post it might have been okay, but I think that is probably the only one. Trying to think. What happened in Liwa? Well, I guess Liwa did get attacked by giant. Liwa did get attacked by giant sea monsters twice, so maybe not. Never mind. Forgot about that.
And one of it was a side quest. It wasn't even the main arc.
I know. It's like, what happened twice? You couldn't come up with something else?
Well, to be fair, they were married. I would be a bit put out.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, sure, there's the occasional monster attack, but I'd be fine in Mondstadt City. Get a bratwurst, get a pretzel. Nice and breezy over there.
Yeah.
Everybody's all artsy, peace and love, baby. Yeah, sure. I can hang out there for a year.
I mean, I like Natland. I'm a Natland guy. Hang out
Too hot. Mm-mm.
Well, it depends on where you are, I guess.
I mean, I would almost say Fontaine, but then they comment on how muggy it is there, and it's like, nope, absolutely not.
Well, I mean, it's surrounded by a bunch of water. What do you want?
It could be refreshingly cool, like by the seashore or something, but
maybe. Yeah, that might be the People of the Springs domain, although it's, hot springs, so never mind.
No.
Yeah. Let's see. Trying to think where I would go. Something not too crazy. Like, what doesn't get too crazy? I don't know. Where's like a
alternatively? If you want something that's super laid back, the Shire out of Lord of the Rings.
That's maybe a bit too laid back. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Like, I wanted to do something different than Genshin, but I'm kind of with you on that. Like, just chill.
And what would we do there? Well, just enlist in the Knights of Favonius, because clearly the ones that they have on staff don't do diddly. All we got to do is wear the uniform.
I don't want to be a Knight of Favonius, at least not before Noelle becomes one. What the hell's up with that?
It's fine. You patrol like the same quarter block of the city and go home.
She's perpetually like trying to join the Knights of Favonius, and they still won't Let her.
She holds
officially-
herself to an impossible standard. She's her own worst enemy. If Mika can get
I was
recruited,
gonna say,
we can get recruited.
throwing Mika under the bus here. Look, that guy talks the way he talks. You can't make fun of him for talking the way he talks.
Oh, I can and I will.
Okay, fine. You make fun of me behind my back for the way I talk?
No, I do it to your face.
Oh, right. Good point. FMS Draws asks, and on another tangent of Mega Man and Deltarune, how would X fare in Deltarune and its Dark Worlds as of current year? How does he deal with Soul shenanigans? What about Zero? And who most certainly tags along? And most importantly, how long until Zero gets ticked off by Sans?
I think the key question here is, are X and Zero there individually or together? Because if they're there together, X is going to keep Zero on a bit of a leash and say, maybe we don't have to murder all these guys. Their attack patterns are pretty darn simple for everything we've experienced. We can overcome this. We can talk this out. We can do the pacifist run. And Zero's like, yeah, fine. They're kind of weak anyway. And if it's X by himself, again, he'll take maybe it's the harder path, but he'll not pull the trigger if he doesn't have to. If it's Zero by himself,
Yeah.
the Z-Saber's going to get lots of work in there.
Oh, boy.
Lots of darkness being brought to light. Shiny, shiny plasma light.
Uh-oh.
As for Sans, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that they'd actually get along. Like, Sans' extremely sarcastic, dry humor just works for Zero.
I mean, that honestly would track. Like I think Zero would be very amused. Be like,
Maybe he's
I
not big
like
on the
this
puns,
guy.
but-
I like this guy.
Maybe not big on the puns, but the general vibe, yeah, he digs it.
Yeah. I think it would be. I think they'd be good. I think they'd be bros. As long as he didn't kill Papyrus, we'd be good. Frozen Apple Juice asks, for both Ian and Kyle, what are some aspects you really like and or love in a piece of media you actively dislike or even hate? Piece of media I actively dislike or even hate. I don't really trying to think if there is something like that. Would I even actively dislike or hate? Because I'm like, I just don't have the energy for that.
Like, usually if I'm not into something, I won't.
I don't care.
Engage with it further.
Yeah.
But I did sit through the entirety of an anime called Gun Cross Sword. I forget how you're supposed to say it.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe it's just Gun Sword, whatever. Which, in my opinion, is trash. There's not an original thought in the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's decently animated. There's some okay designs that are mostly stolen from other things. It has no narrative cohesion. It feels like it's built specifically to be otaku bait, and it's hollow to me. That said, the main character's design, even though we have Vash Stampede at home, still looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because he's Vash Stampede in black and a hat.
Yeah.
The sash gun sword thing that he has is a neat visual. And the ending antagonist is very different from a lot of stuff that I've seen, at least, and was the most interesting and engaging part for me.
Yeah.
I kind of get where he's coming from with his master plan. So by the end of it, I was like, all right, that much at least had my attention, but I would not recommend it for anyone to go back and watch out of curiosity. Read the wiki entry, it just bleh. But it was, from what I remember, it was animated solidly throughout, and it had a couple of neat ideas, but overall, I kind of felt like I wasted my time with it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember now. We talked about it on the show many moons ago, but the CW Supergirl show was ultimately a disappointment for me. It was like, all right, this is stupid. It really annoyed me. But the one thing I did love about it was the casting and the actors. I thought they did as best as they could with what they were given. But they were ultimately not given great material. Like, It was a very up and down series. Like sometimes it was great, sometimes it was infuriating. And it's like I just don't have it's disappointing. But I love the casting and I really liked certain aspects of it. So I was hopeful that they could pull it off, but they really botched it. So, yeah. Gabriel W. is here. How would you choose to depict the society in the Mega Man X games? We don't really get a regular human perspective until 04.
I was really hoping we'd be able to explore that a bit in the Archie comics before things went the way they did.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
I imagine, and if given the opportunity, I'd go back, do some more research again, but I don't think we were given a lot to go off of with the canon material.
No, there really isn't.
So I would imagine it's fairly peaceful, almost indulgently so, because you have the Reploids taking over pretty much all of the work needed to be done. You have humanity in a place where it can relax and maybe just focus on the arts or exploration or learning for the sake of learning. And on the one hand, that's great, able to explore that side of humanity, but there's also the whole aspect of them not fending for themselves and becoming over-reliant on the Reploids, and Reploids not necessarily being treated as the equals as they should be, because we kind of see that a lot in human history, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And it would give a little more credence to Sigma's uprising and where some of the earliest Maverick activity would come from. After Sigma's uprising, I imagine things would be very, very different. There aren't constant battles, but the sense of security would be gone. You wouldn't be able to look at a Reploid without wondering if they have gone Maverick and they're hiding it, or if they could go Maverick at any time. Do you trust any of the hunters or Repliforce to handle things? Because Sigma was a hunter. He was the hunter. And then he kind of bombed a city. So how do you coexist with an entire race of individuals that are superior to you in every single way, that have every reason to have a grudge against you collectively? There would be tension there, I imagine. And some folks who want to coexist, but once first blood is drawn, there would always be that darkness looming over humanity at any given point. And this is also kind of assuming one giant homogenous cultural experience, because realistically, every region, every country, every culture would be interacting with Reploids in different ways.
Right,
but
yeah.
There's probably a degree of complexity we wouldn't ever be able to get into.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Also, I don't feel like I'm educated enough to make an educated guess on which country would go in what direction, or if they even exist in the Mega Man universe. And now I'm officially overthinking it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's okay. That's why they should hire you, so you can overthink it and get paid to overthink it. Godzilla is here with a question. Hello, Ian and Kyle. 2025 has been a busy year for Godzilla and comics. Over at DC, MonsterVerse Godzilla and Kong are going another round against the Justice League. At IDW, he's about to clash with the TMNT, and he's currently stomping the Marvel Universe into bits. I'm eating well. I come to you to ask a question. What do you think is a greater feat? Namor controlling Ebera, the Horror of the Deep to fight Godzilla, or Godzilla smacking Dormammu around like Broly smacks Frieza around in DBS Broly?
Nah, I'm not super duper familiar with all the lore elements, but I would say Godzilla stomping Dormammu is the bigger deal.
Yeah, Dormammu is that's I'm like, what? I'm reading that.
Ebera is, when you get down to it, a sea creature.
Yeah.
And Namor is, Marvel Aquaman.
Yeah.
And I'm specifically phrasing it that way to get the angry comments below and drive the metric. So please yell at me. Aquaman's better, let's be honest. Anyway, but Dormammu is like an interdimensional quasi-deity, is he not? Some kind of dark god demon thingy?
Yeah, like he's like, yeah, he's from the dark dimension, and he's a big deal.
Like, he's barely even corporeal. And here we have Godzilla, who says, Dormammu, I'm here to screonk, and blast him.
Yeah, I mean, that's. I feel like you can't really hold a candle to Dormammu when you're talking about anything else. If you're talking about Ebera versus Dormammu, it's like, no, Dormammu for sure.
I mean, sure, there's a little bit of leeway since Godzilla has the protagonist armor. He's going to win.
Well, yeah.
And yet...
It's more impressive for him to be taking on Dormammu for sure. Yeah. Definitely. Well, with those angry Godzilla sounds out of the way, I think it's time to take a quick break, and then we'll screonk back here with more BumbleKast.
We're the bee and the berry. I'm the bee.
Straubs. No, I'm the bee.
Oh, my bad. We can cut that, right?
No, we can cut that.
Okay. We're the bee and the berry.
I'm the bee.
And I'm Strawberry.
And The Bee and the Berry is an irregularly scheduled podcast where we talk all things Sonic, writing fan fiction, and fan creation.
We snoop around at fan events, review the latest and hottest Sonic content, and host interviews with our fellow Sonic fan creators.
Just girly things.
And hey, if you want, you can totally send us any discussion topics or questions you'd like us to talk about, and we might answer them.
Or we might not.
But hey, you never know. You can find us on Twitter, Blue Sky, Tumblr, and YouTube at The Bee The Berry.
Okay, we're running out of time here. Gotta grow fast.
Ciao!
We have returned, and it's question time from Hero Squad. Birdly and Falco swap places. How does it go?
Can you tell the difference? Something's wrong with my heat diffuser system. Slippy, what did you do?
That would be the difference. Just the tone of voice.
Yeah, but otherwise, exactly the same.
The speech impediment, but, yeah. Quishpin asks, Forrest Gump runs all the way to Gotham City. What kind of work does he find? Does he make any unlikely friends?
It's real fun in Gotham City. Sky's always red. Didn't know what to do, so I started to be a party clown. And I found the nicest clown. He gave me makeup and a job. And we did a show for the bank. And we were going to take all the money as a funny ha-ha prank. But then another guy came down. And he wasn't dressed as a clown. He was dressed as some kind of back fella. And he was awful mean to everybody, including my clown boss. But he tried to do some not nice things to my face, but he couldn't touch me because I'm limber like that. And he said it was very impressive, and he wondered why I was hanging out with my clown boss friend. And I said, because he gave me a job. And then the nice bat fella says, do I want to work for him? And I said, okay. And so then I went to his nice place that had a big penny and a dinosaur. And he gave me a nice outfit that's all red and green. And then he got picked up by a big wrestle man who turned him into a big bat pretzel. So now I'm a bat fella, and I run around Gotham City, and I make sure everybody's safe as Bat-Gump.
Perfect. Perfect. I was not expecting that. Good old Batty Gump.
He triples Wayne Tech stock by the end of the quarter.
Uh-huh. Oh, God. And that's all I have to say about Bat. Moolah Man asks, all hail the great King Ian, the king of the land. He worked so hard to establish a powerful kingdom, a gorgeous wife and children, at least one daughter, and a powerful army, a city of loyal subjects, and everything else you can imagine. This land has a bright, long, and beautiful future. He has it all. Such a beautiful sight to behold. He has it made. Smiles knowingly, gives Kyle a notebook. Start writing. It's time for His Royal Highness to tell the tale of how he accomplished all this. Go, Ian.
Well, this one time I ran all the way to Gotham City. And
damn it.
I worried I was a little too predictable, but good. I got you.
Well, I mean, I'm very easily amused. You know this. Like, even if you are predictable,
Yes, but when you start gasping for air, I know I've really like.
I have asthma. I'm always gasping for air. That's my secret. That's my secret, Cap. I'm always gasping for air.
Moolah Man, as this clearly shows, the reason I have all of this as you've described is because we were just dinking around somewhere being stupid. The rest of the world ended, and I built on top of those ashes. We have failed upwards into our glorious seats of power.
We just sat there making each other laugh until you were king of the world.
It was through no skill, no brilliance, no actual effort.
That's just what this show is, pretty much. Oh, man. All right, Nova is here with a question. Fun dino fact. There's a real Allosaurus fossil that had a stegospike break his, let's just say it's the oldest ever recorded low blow. Yes, I spent money to tell you this. Sorry, not sorry.
Don't apologize or not apologize or whatever. But yeah, for those who don't know, they found fossil evidence of an Allosaurus that got thagomized right in the thighs.
Woo!
And the worst part is, judging by the healing or lack thereof, it didn't kill him. It got infected.
Yeah.
He went out in the worst, well, not maybe the worst possible way, but it ranks within the top 10.
Oof. Got hit right in the plum so bad.
He was pretty,
that it
pretty Allosaurus.
It eventually killed him. Yeah, the biggest of oofs right there. Oof. There's this interaction in the chat that I'm laughing at. Someone asking, is he okay? And then another person in the chat responds, extinct. Like, damn it. The chat is funny. You guys should go join them if you have not already. They're very funny. And our Discord server. We have one of those, you know. It's still there. It's still active. There's still people in there. Rabbit Haver asks, you both awaken in the infinite IKEA with only the clothes on your backs and your wits to survive. How do you make it in this brutal, aesthetically pleasing, and spatially efficient wasteland?
Oh, I'll be fine. What are you talking about? Like, there's tons of beds.
Yeah.
There's all manner of things to work with. I'm assuming because it's the infinite IKEA, it has the functioning kitchen.
Yeah, it's like, why would I leave? The IKEA has everything we need.
And you get bored of the same meals, which I don't know why. They're tasty. That full kitchen downstairs.
Is the infinite IKEA a specific thing? Okay, apparently, specifically, the infinite IKEA means we are in danger at night. The workers try to kill you at night.
Oh, I thought this is just a hypothetical IKEA that goes on forever. This is a thing.
I believe it is a thing. Yeah. Let's see. Infinite IKEA.
So it's Five Nights at Freddy's, but IKEA.
I believe so. Yeah. Okay. It's the SCP Foundation is a infinite IKEA thing. What is the SCP? I'm not 100% sure. It's a SCP Foundation. I don't know. It's some kind of horror thing.
Okay. Well, regardless, it's an IKEA. There are so many nooks and crannies to hide in. So many stylish and affordable storage spaces I can climb into.
True.
All manner of delightful kitchen gadgetry that can be improvised weapons. I'll be fine.
Let's see. Special Containment Procedures Foundation. Okay. That's what's going on here, I guess. I don't know. You guys and you kids and your things, your copy pastas, your creepy pastas. I don't know what you guys are up to these days.
Shoot, even if I can't hide in the display room, I just go down to the warehouse. By nightfall, I will have built Fort Kickass. You're not allowed in Fort Kickass. I'll be fine.
Okay, I guess the SCP Foundation is literally just an archive of creepypasta stories. All right, cool. I don't know. Let's move on to a question here from School Replacer. I always wondered why Mario didn't combine power-ups. Hypothetically, in Smash Bros., what if Mario combined 5 superstars? He can't. You try to, and they just replace the previous one. Like, Mario doesn't combine power-ups because you usually can't. Like, you try to, and they don't work. You can't combine power-ups.
Like, the superstar by itself makes you invulnerable for X amount of time, so at most I could imagine it extends the duration.
It just resets the timer every time you pick up another one.
Well, let's just pretend that it stacks.
Okay.
So you get a longer invulnerability frame, but you can't become more invulnerable than invulnerable, so...
I don't know. Superman's supposedly invulnerable, but apparently some people can punch him and make him bleed. I don't know.
Yeah, there's asterisks on that.
Yeah, apparently. Like, you can't combine fire flowers. You just pick up another fire flower, and you still got firepower. It's generally they do not stack.
Now, if you ignore Smash Brothers rules and most of Mario history, Bowser combines a few power-ups in one of the games.
Well, yeah. Bowser does that. Mario also does combine certain power-ups. Like, the Super Mushroom is technically a power-up, and then on top of that, you can pick up another one.
Yeah,
when you're big Mario, but
that's true.
That's technically combining power-ups and power-up stacking, technically. But I would say that Big Mario is kind of like a default state more than anything. I don't know.
He eats enough of them; he just kind of stays that way.
Yeah, pretty much. Here's one from SoccerCot. Ian, it's 2042. 96 years after the debut of Foghorn Leghorn, which means he has reached the public domain, and you are finally allowed to do a horror movie starring him. How would you do it if asked to do the task?
Schlocky horror tie-in. Okay. Adaptation, not tie-in. Excuse me.
I say.
Make it a dark comedy.
Yeah.
And Foghorn himself is a dude in like one of those cheap chicken suits they use to promote going out of business furniture stores and stuff. And the characterization is played straight throughout. Like, there's nothing overtly malicious about him. In fact, he's rather quite chummy, but he's also an axe murderer. So it's going to be coming down the road towards you, son. Not going to say hello. Got this hatchet to bury. Burying your head, son. It's a metaphor. It's also quite literal. Hold still, son. Hold still. It's going to have to do it more than once. No rhyme or reason to it. He just likes to axe murder people dressed as a chicken.
He's killing people at the KFC.
There you go. 11 herbs and spices. It's exorbitant. It's indulgent, I'll say. A little bit of salt and pepper is all you need.
He says, splitting your head open.
Always prefer to work with seasoned individuals. Seasoned! It's a joke, son!
This writing is too good for a schlocky horror movie. Here's one from Spoiler 1001. Not counting PSAs that were created to leave scars in the minds of those who viewed them, what's a commercial that haunts your memory from time to time? God, it's been so long since I've watched anything with commercials. Like, commercials. Like, what's one that lives in my head rent-free? Like, we have finally gotten rid of them.
You mentioned that, and the first thing that pops in my head is the old Skip It commercial from 90s? When was that?
Probably would have been the 90s, yeah.
For those of you who are too young to remember this, oh, God. Skip It was basically a pedometer in a wheeled plastic casing that you latched around your ankle, and you spun it around your ankle, and you skipped over it as it spun around you.
Mm-hmm.
And you did it as long as you could until you tripped over it. That was the game. That got full television commercials for it.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
my God, everybody wanted one.
Yeah. I know it had a song, but I don't remember the song. Or did
I
it
think
have
it was
a
his
song?
kids cheerily singing the product name.
Yeah. 1991. That's a lot.
Same as Bop It.
It's a lot earlier than I thought. Bop It's the one I remember more, but I do remember Skip It. I do remember Skip It. I don't know. I'll have to listen to it. Let's listen back to it. I got one. The Crossfire commercial. Crossfire.
Oh, that's an excellent commercial.
The thing is, it's a sick commercial because it's got a sweet theme song. Crossfire.
But if you enjoy that, does it really haunt you?
I don't know. I can't think of like one that haunts me. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know. The Crossfire commercials pretty stick. Like, yeah, I don't know why I would want to not have that in my head. I would prefer to have that. Let's move on to this next question here from Strawberry. Ian and Kyle, if you had to represent yourselves as one of the Katamari cousins, which cousin would you choose?
He has cousins?
He has a lot of cousins.
I never got around to playing Katamari Damacy or however many sequels it had.
At least like 4 or 5.
Oh, good God, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of Katamaris. I'm really
Katamari
only familiar
Damacy
with the
has
first game.
23 cousins, 24 including the prince.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. But my favorite is Johnson. He looks exactly like the prince, but he has a very long face.
So he does.
He has a very long face. He says, yes. The description says that he once got so surprised that his face jumped out from his body. How disturbing. Look at this guy. This goofy man. With his very long face, with his very long head. I don't know why, that just amuses me. It's very entertaining. All right, here's one from the Cyberspace Coco. To continue my theming from my last question, now you guys are isekai'd into the world of Red versus Blue. Ian, you were on Team Red with Sarge, Griff, and Simmons, while Kyle's on Blue Team with Church, Tucker, and Caboose. You guys have to try and help your team steal each other's flags. No freelancers are there to help or hinder you. What do each of you do to try and defeat the other, and are you able to avoid Caboose accidentally killing you? Oh, I'm on the team with Caboose? Oh, I'm dead.
Yes.
I'm dead.
No, we just agree to meet in the middle of Blood Gulch, and in the dead of night, just go to each other's base and take the flag, because we've set off all of the defenses and take it back to the other side, and then let them freak out over it and debate over whether or not they've won because they have the flag, and then wait for them to make their cunning plan for reprisal the next day, because there's no way they're going to make a single decision in the day.
I mean, this is
just swap the flags in the cover of night again, and mission accomplished. I mean, do this once a month, we keep them appeased.
I mean, this is exactly what happened in the show until the freelancers showed up, right?
Close, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of just sat around and talked. They didn't really do much. Oh man, I miss classic Red versus Blue. To be fair, like once it started getting actual like storyline stuff, it's like, okay, this is interesting, but it's like, where's the funny haha guys? Where's the funny mens? I miss those guys.
Look at that thing. It looks like tusks. What other animal has tusks? A walrus. You're just making stuff up now.
Oh, Sarge. Oh, Sarge.
Simmons, what's the name of that Mexican lizard? Eats all the goats. That would be the chupacabra, sir. Hey, Griff, how you like that? Chupa thingy. Has a ring to it. Timeless.
Sarge really is the best character, isn't he? Like, he really is. I mean, God, that's great. Guy's great. Now I want to go back and watch some old Red versus Blue. And here's one from the Might of Gebra. Hey Ian, so I followed up on your reading suggestion on DC X Sonic number 5. From the looks of it, all worlds were at stake, and even all of creation. Was that hyperbole, or was the cosmology really under fire? What was your intention with that?
I mean, Darkseid is a planetary level threat at least, if not, dimensional level. And then you add in dimensionally warping MacGuffins with miraculous power. yeah, if he hadn't have been stopped, he would have been a terror upon all creation, all creations, plural.
Yes.
So it's a good thing they stopped him.
How convenient. It's almost like the good guys usually win in these sorts of things. Eventually.
A lot of the time.
Usually. Here's one from Twilord. If a magic system sees characters like Breath of the Wild Link, Avatar Aang, and Futurama Fry as being their chronological age, should it see a time traveler who goes back in time to when they existed as a 3-year-old only count as a 3-year-old?
Hold on. I need to untangle this one. I mean, there were jokes about Aang being an old man, and like, I guess technically Link had been physically around for 100 years.
Yeah.
I can't remember how much they call out Fry, but I don't think they're ever treated as that actual numerical age. They're always treated in what their mental and present physicality is.
Yeah, like Aang may be technically thousands of years old, but he's still also like, what, 8 or whatever?
Oh, no, I don't mean like the actual Avatar spirit. I mean Aang when he froze himself in the ice.
No. Yeah. He's not really well, is it time travel if you go the slow way?
Relatively.
I guess
First of all of this is relative.
I guess so.
It's a physics joke, son. Keep up with me.
I guess so, I guess. Yeah, I guess if you go the slow way, it's still technically time travel.
And all these are in the context of the individual going into the future. This is going backwards. So if the individual were to go back to when they are 3 years old, in this scenario, they are supplanting their 3-year-old self. Wouldn't they coexist side by side since they did exist at that time?
Yeah, they're coexisting, I would think, yeah.
Or do you occupy the same space, so all of a sudden you go from daycare to needing a driver's license? I don't know.
That's
lots of room to play with that.
That's a fascinating way to view time travel. What I do know is we have one last question. It's from Vineclad. Update on the City Killer Asteroid 2024 YR4. The Earth is safe, but the moon isn't. For some reason, NASA hires both of you to do the plot of Armageddon and blow it up. How does it go? This doesn't specify, are we blowing up the moon? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, are we supposed to blow up the moon?
The asteroid won't hit it if we blow it up out of the way.
That's what I'm
Commander, I don't...
That's what I was thinking. Like, are we trying to, like...
This is a perfect plan.
Are we trying to blow up the moon? Yes, this is a red versus blue.
Operation Moonshot. Wanted to call it Headshot. Don't want the man in the moon getting too suspicious. We got to be all sneaky like.
I know what you meant, Vineclad, but it's funnier this way.
This is why syntax is important, boys and girls. So is pronunciation. Enunciation as well. A proper vocabulary. Let's see how far I can dig this hole for myself as I try to make a joke.
Yeah. Are you suggesting we blow up the moon? Would you miss it?
Well, no, not if I blew it up. We're getting dangerously close to a who's on first scenario here. I think we've done the Ian and Kyle pulling Armageddon thing, and I think we were in agreement that nobody survives this.
Well, no.
Like, we might...
Just like Armageddon.
You might send us to blow up the asteroid. We're going to blow up it and the moon at the same time.
Somehow. Some way.
Like, they're radioing us desperately saying, wait, the math was wrong. It's going to barely miss the moon. Don't blow it up. And we don't hear it because we're on the far side of the moon where it's interrupting all of the transmissions. So we hit the button. It blows up the asteroid, shoots it like a bullet through the moon, down into the Earth. Big snowman of cosmic proportions.
We go out singing the Aerosmith song. Both of us. I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep.
Cause I miss you, baby, but I sure hit the Pacific Ocean.
I'm peeing on the moon. How do you like that, Obama?
God.
Oh, man.
Well, now that we have doomed all of humanity in numerous inventive ways,
of course,
we're going to call it quits there. Thank you to everyone who submitted their questions over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, or by being a YouTube member. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, do not entrust us with explosives, and we will see you next time on the BumbleKast. BumbleKast, not blast. Oh, God.
Bumble Blast. Bramble Blast. Wait, no, that's a different thing. And on another tangent of Mega Man and Deltarune. Wow, Drogue.
Not yet. Inevitably, but not yet. If they're Aerosmiths, wouldn't that just make them Fletchers?
God damn it, Pinky.
Frost!
Did he actually? Is that actually from the show? Did he actually make that joke, or did you just make that up?
I made it up now, but they probably would.
That sounds like it would be from the show. It's contemporary, makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, oh, did you make that up? It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yes, it's pretty funny.
You've been listening to the BumbleKast, a co-production of Bumble King Comics and the KNGI Network. Original theme music composed by Ken Coda Snyder. Remixed intro by T-Lopes. Find out more information, along with podcast feeder links, MP3 downloads, and more at bumbleking.com and kngi.org.
Nova is asking, why is it always Skreonk?
Because that's the noise.
That's the noise he makes. Yeah, like, what do you want? He goes, Skreonk. Isn't that the actual onomatopoeia in, like, comics and stuff?
Official, yeah.
Yeah, he actually goes Skreonk. We're not just making that up. It's an actual thing. Nova refuses to believe it's spelled that way. It's like, well, I mean, that's how it's spelled.
Sorry. Sky's blue, grass green. Godzilla goes Skreonk.
I mean, it is a very funny way to represent that sound that he makes, but I don't know how else he would do it. Like, what other noise? How else would you describe it? It's a Skreonk. Like, that's really it. Like,
I mean, I think some of the versions are a little more nasal, so I would say more of a, but
I don't know.
I don't know how you would render that without it either looking like he's got a sinus infection or he's gone, Necogen.
Nova says that it sounds like a giant goose kaiju noise.
And you're arguing Godzilla isn't a giant goose. I don't understand. Have you ever seen a goose without its feathers? It's basically Godzilla.
Probably.
Have you not seen the geese up here? They have atomic breath. Godzilla's just a giant goose.
I mean, you're probably right. There's a lot of crossover between like certain reptiles and certain birds, so it makes sense.
We need a Kai goose.
Oh no! Oh no!